The theme for today's test is he paying attention to you at school? Now please choose the card that you feel connects with you the most out of the 3 below. First, let's take a look at the baby and the film crew. I think you guys should be ambiguous, or say that you were ambiguous and together in the past, and now you should be in a state where there is not much intersection. There might be a way for you guys to connect, even if it seems unrelated. But if that contact method is also lying there, it basically won't contact the other party's pair, because a new currency meaning has appeared in chess and cards. In fact, in the past, you were a two-way partner who really liked you, including the baby who had a crush on you. The other party really did have a good impression of you. He might feel that he had a revival in this relationship, but this revival eventually did not result in a very good outcome. It's like you're on their mind all the time, a strong liking, or you could say, if you want to know what you're doing, I think he will be more like the kind who might suddenly think of you in his own life, and then he will. They'll likely check your social platforms like your moments if they pay attention to you. He also went in to have a look, but he doesn't plan to take any major action about your relationship, because the Major Arcana card is a card without much action. Even though it appears in reverse, I think the reversed Major Arcana is just that. He will just follow you on social media platforms, and he kept his behavior in check afterwards, but I think he actually paid more attention to developments in your own work, and his current state of work and feelings are well balanced. Most of the attention has actually not been put on you guys, more on your own new life. Above is a screenshot related to my work. I hope it can help you. Now let's look at the second set of cards. In the second set we have the Sword Steve. I think there's quite a deep intersection between you two. I mean, there was a deep intersection in the past. Did you break up, or you are still in a relationship but fighting in Cold War, I say? There seems to be problems with your ambiguous relationship, and then he mocks me saying that ambiguous relationships are a practice. This gives me a feeling that your relationship is still being tugged at. Both sides are pulling. Someone might be still pulling from one side and can't let go of this relationship. If it's a crush, I don't think this card baby is likely a crush. If you guys are in a crush, then there would be a state of health food. But I think you might feel that this kind of feeling is already hopeless. They probably don't like you, but from what follows, a cup of wine is against it, plus a cup is actually right. Opening these two states, I think the other person is indeed secretly paying attention to you, and the appearance of the state of opposing wine is indeed in line with this theme. It's a secret attention because a cup of wine it's actually against. He hides these 9 quilts. He does a lot of things. It's usually done sneakily, so I think they do it quite often. Pay attention to your social circle, or what we call a social platform. Thanks to a friend we have in common. It's about something you learn through others, but he won't let you know because he's stealthy. He's quiet, so he probably won't see your friend's circle or any social platforms, and he won't like your posts. He's the type who's worn out but leaves no trace. Moreover, I think he's brewing a joyous event, judging from the picture he posted later. Actually, looking at his feelings for you, the other party is actually walking towards you with a cup. Is there a divine revelation? It's like a prince on a white horse. He's still touching. It feels like an ant is walking towards you, so this set of baby photos is... Don't worry too much. The other person actually still has feelings for you, likes you, and he will walk towards you. Come, including the beloved baby is also what the other party says to you. Do you like it? You should have a two-way, but I think the other party will walk a bit slow. It might not be so quick, because looking at the excrement elements, 2 water elements used to be wind elements, but now they have become water elements, which are relatively more passive. Prince Charming, the sophisticated one left, he must be slower. Doesn't feel like a very straightforward man. That's all about the interpretation of Jenny's pie. Hope it can help you. Later on, when you see the third set of cards and the upright tower appears in the 7 cards, do you feel that you guys broke up all of a sudden or started fighting out of the blue? Today, the other party will not reply to your message or say there is an outbreak. It feels like a major argument because the high tower sign represents an eruption, and this eruption is actually a kind of emotional pressure, and then more pressure. The one that will explode again gives me such a feeling. Will feelings go past? In fact, there are some problems that are not resolved, and then one of them is always enduring, can't bear it, and then suddenly it bursts, and the other party will feel a bit inexplicable, followed by a position of the election flag. In fact, the other party is still persisting. He hasn't directly given up on this relationship. He is still in a state of persistence, so he is actually also paying attention to you. He doesn't pay attention to you, how can he persist, right? He won't take any action. The action power of this set of cards will be relatively poor. Although there are 3 fire elements in the ranking, but if a force appears in the future, I think he has to restrain it again. Maybe you've reached out to him on your own initiative. He doesn't reply to you now, but he still wants to observe you a bit more. He wishes you could take the initiative a little more. Pampering him means that his current attitude towards this relationship is like, it's an action he takes to restrain himself under pressure, and he's quite confident in your relationship. He thinks you will actively seek him out. That's the feeling he gets about your relationship. Currently, he won't take overly proactive actions. An action, it just stays there. He is passive, meaning if there are 3 small ones, he will pay attention to you. But after paying attention, he will hold back and not let himself find you, waiting for you to find him. This person on the other side is a bit stubborn, that is, the kind who doesn't like to bow their head. It's a state of being quite stubborn. The above is an interpretation of the Zhang Yizu school. I hope it can attract your attention.